Hi, this is Sara Levin, the Artful Inker. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, I'm here to share this Springtime Joy card with you. Let me set this aside and we'll get to the creating. For this card, we're going to start with the Springtime Joy stamp set. You can find it in the January to June Stampin' Up! Mini catalog. Or you can go to my Stampin' Up! Store. There's a link in the description below. So I've got a piece of basic white and my basic gray ink pad. And we're just going to ink up a couple of the images here, because I think today's card could go with either of these that suits your fancy. No need to worry that I caught the edge there. It won't matter in the end. Okay, so we've done the bunny and now we're going to do the lamb. Okay, and let's put this ink pad out of the way. And now we're going to take our Stampin' Blends and color these. So let me zoom in on this so that you'll be able to see what I'm doing. And I want to grab my markers and let's separate these. I've got light Highland Heather, dark Highland Heather, and then two over here on the right are dark and light Purple Posy. Now the Purple Posy are getting ready to retire next month. So if this is a purple color that you would like to work with in your crafting, now would be a good time to go ahead and purchase them so that you get them before they retire / sell out. Okay, so we're just going to make that central flower on both of these. Purple Posy and even though we haven't had an ink pad in this color for the last 2 years, I have enjoyed having the Purple Posy markers and paper to work with. So now we're going to use the Highland Heather, and I want to be a little more careful as I add color in so that I'm not bleeding over, and I'm just going to dot in some light and dark, and then I'm actually going to use this light Purple Posy to blend this so that it doesn't get too dark in here. Okay, so the same thing, I'm going to dot in a little bit of the dark Highland Heather and come with the light Highland Heather out from there and dot around a little bit, and then use the light Purple Posy to blend all of that and soften it just a little bit. And then let's do that again one more time here. Do the dark, do the light Highland Heather, just little bits around, and then we're going to soften the whole thing with that light Purple Posy. Okay, so let's cap everybody up and put them back on the sides that they came from. And then I'm going to grab my soft sea foam, okay, and for the leaves, because they're small, we're going to work with the bullet tips. So I'm going to start with my dark up here on a few of these, and then color it out with the light. And this is just quick and easy. Don't color all of them at once, or you don't get any kind of blend because the alcohol has dried. So we'll just do a few at a time. And I don't know if you can tell as I color in this small space, I'm actually coming back from the edge to the main part rather than coloring out towards the edge. So let's finish up our little sheep here, and then I'll do the bunny. So I want to add a little shading on our sheep, and I'm going to use my Stampin Blends technique. Now, if you have watched videos with me before, you have seen this technique used. And I'm just going to pick up some of that gray with my color lifter and bring it in. That's the dark smoky slate that I've added. And instead of trying to use the color lifter to soften the color and blend it out, this puts down just the amount that you want, and you don't have to blend and blend and blend. Okay, so that looks like about all that we're going to do for our cute little sheep here. So let me turn off the camera. I'll color our bunny and be right back. Okay, so our bunny and lamb are colored, and now we just need to cut them out, and that's just a really quick cut. If you would like some help with your fussy cutting, I have a one simple trick video that may help you be more comfortable with fussy cutting and creating a nice border around your images as you use your snips. And I will try to remember to link that video right here so that you can click that and hop on over and see it. And we're almost done with this one. Okay, so there's our bunny. Let's do our sheep real quickly. Oh, looks like I should have done, do sheep have hooves? I'm going to say yes. And so we'll come back and color those in real quickly. Although I almost hate to do that. Maybe I'll ignore them. Take poetic or artistic license. I'm not sure which one. I know poetic license exists. Maybe artistic license exists in this same idea. Okay. And down around the ear. I know I say I don't like fussy cutting, but I find myself doing a lot of it. Okay, so let's put the scissors away and take the scraps out of the way. And then next for our card, I've got a piece of basic white that is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And I've got my color lifter and then my 2 Seaside Spray Stampin' Blends. These are also retiring next month. So let's give this a color all over with my color lifter. And I'm just really looking to wet my my paper a little bit. And I'm not coloring edge to edge. And then we're just going to come back in and soften all of this. Now we've saturated it and it needs a chance to dry. So I'm going to turn the camera off and let that dry, and then we'll move on. Okay, so this is pretty well dried, and we're going to adhere it to a piece of seaside spray. Let me grab my multi-purpose glue, and we're just going to run a narrow bead of this. If you've never used multi-purpose glue before, you don't need nearly the amount that you might be used to using with your school glue, and it won't buckle your cardstock. You'll get a nice layer, and it adheres well. So then next, I have used the wreath builder dies and have cut some pear pizzazz. Let's see, 2 sets of leaves from pear pizzazz, and then this pretty little flower from Highland Heather and purple posy. So let's layer these up, and I want to offset them. I'm just going to dot on a little bit of glue around the stem. I don't need them to be totally adhered to each other, meaning, you know, every little leaf doesn't have to be stuck tight. Okay, so we're offsetting that so it looks a little fuller, and then it will show through on our purple layers. So I'm going to stick some mini dimensionals here at random places around here, just so that we have a little bit of lift between the green and the purple layer. Let's see if we can get looking for places that are large enough to hold a dimensional, because we don't want lots of white sticking out, and the mini dimensionals are great because they're smaller. Yeah. There we go, our last little backing. And then we're going to dot glue on the purple posy layer. Okay. And just touch that down. Okay, let's move this now. And now we need to adhere our wreath to our card layer. And I'm going to use full-size dimensionals now, and stick a few kind of strategically around here where I think they won't show. Not showing is good. Okay. Oh, and I feel like I need one more up here where my finger is. Okay. Let's straighten that up and put this in here. Okay, and then we need to add this to our card base, which is a piece of thick basic white, and the basic white is cut at 5.5 by 8.5 and scored at 4 1/4. Let's add some dimensionals on the back of the Seaside spray. And I've also created a pretty little treat box favor to coordinate with this card. And you can see it if you use the link in the description below. That'll take you to today's blog post. Let's straighten this up. And of course, if you use the shop button in the description below and you're in the United States, you can purchase some of your Stampin' Up! Supplies with me. Then next we're going to use some of the white twine from the snail mail twine combo pack, and that was in the January to June Stampin' Up! Mini catalog. And I've done this faux bow that I like. You can see a one simple trick video for this that does it in really slow and close so that you can see exactly what's going on with all of this. Okay, and then let's grab my mini glue dots and my take your pick and pop one of these on the back here. And I like the long tails, but this one's just a smidge too long. And then we need to add, we can add our sweet little bunny, or we could add our lamb. I'm going to go for the bunny. So let's add some dimensionals here. And I'm going to use mini dimensionals at the top and stack 2 and see if I'm high enough. It may take a third one up there to be so that it's high enough for the wreath here. Nope, that looks like it's got it. Let me pop this out of the way. Oops. And I want him even with the bottom of my card. Oh, I do want another one back there. Okay. Let's grab them right over here and quick stick them on the back. There's the backing for that one. And I may even need to double stack this guy at the bottom. Let's go ahead and just do that, so he's not humped up over top of the wreath. There we go. But I do want him straight down there since he's a straight line on the bottom. Okay, now that we've fiddled with that, how about embellishing? So I've got my woven thread sequin assortment, and I've already pulled out a few sequins, and let's take my take your pick tool and the fine tip glue and add our sequins. Now when you use the fine tip glue, you do want to just put your whatever you're adhering, in this case sequins, down and just leave them. Oops. I'm going to use this to pick this one up because they will leave a little shiny snail trail, and we don't want shiny snail trails on our projects. And I'm just putting a tiny bit of glue on. Okay, and let's see, do we need one more? Maybe, right up in there. If you're like me, you don't space everything. Even when you're making multiples, you may not space everything exactly the same each time. Okay, so there we are with our woven thread sequins on there. Thank you for stopping in today. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the bell if you'd like to be notified the next time I upload a video. And of course, if you're in the US, please purchase some of your Stampin' Up! Supplies in my store. And have a great day. Bye.